Welcome to WholeCEO with Lisa G. I'm the best-selling author of The Boss Weight Loss. I'm bringing you the top tips to be unstoppable. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to actually pull up a chair with today's top experts in mindset, weight loss, business, and more. Learn our top tips so that you can have more energy, be fit and resilient, feel unstoppable, unshakable, and unbreakable. She's one of the 10 most admired women leaders to follow in 2023, a magnetic writer, contagious, enthusiastic speaker, inspiring leader, certified confidence, cognitive behavior, and life purpose coach. Her mission is to empower and inspire people to believe in themselves through imagination, confidence, and self-care. She's been coaching high-performing teams for over 20 years in the wellness industry, helping people discover and own their personal power to live their dreams. Founder of the Walkabout Method, I'm so excited to welcome to the podcast, Claudia Wyatt.
Hey, thank you, Lisa. I'm so excited to be here. You're a rock star. This is going to be fabulous.
I've been looking forward to this day. This person is so busy. It took us a long time, but in honor of this particular month where we're celebrating women all over the place, let's jump in with, how does our perception hold us back?
Absolutely. We have so much access to everything nowadays with social and digital and conferences and all of these things. We have all these great tools, but what happens is our perception goes, I can't do that. I'm not them. I don't have what they have. There's no way I could ever do that. We get in our own way because we see other people, and instead of going, you know what, if they can do it, I can do it, we start to go imposter syndrome. Well, I can't do that. That's not possible. We get in our own way by creating these scenarios in our minds where if we would just go, you know what, we're united together, we're supporting each other. If this woman can stand up and speak out loud, I can do that too.
I love that. If they can do it, I can do it. You guys, don't let your perceptions cloud your judgment about what is possible. And growth mindset is required, don't you think, to just know that anything is possible, and that if you fail, come on, we've all failed.
Absolutely.
Pick yourself up and keep going, right?
Yes. I mean, think of all the things that you witness every day that are genuine miracles. Rainbows, flowers blooming in a desert. Things that you aren't possible to do. So that means you can do it. We're all part of the same journey. We're on this earth to show ourselves and to serve a purpose for ourselves. And by doing that, we can accomplish anything just by believing in ourselves.
Right. And there's some people out there that need to hear your message. The people that you influence notice when you do brave things.
They totally do. You could think that you are a person who hasn't really accomplished much in your life, but you could literally tell your story, and somebody on this earth needed to hear that today. They needed to go, you know what? I'm in the same boat. I've walked in those shoes. And now that I see that you have come out of it, that you have achieved what you wanted to achieve, that you broke free from that pain, that gives them hope, that gives them inspiration to empower themselves to break themselves free.
I love that. And also too, sometimes I feel like we can fall out of balance as entrepreneurs. How does being out of balance hold us back from truly being unstoppable?
Being out of balance will put you into procrastination mode like no other, because you're in constant chaos. You get so much on your plate. You're not making time for yourself. You're not actually getting anything done because the list keeps piling up. And what happens, instead of going, okay, let me see how I can tackle this, you just start shutting down and you don't get anything done. And then you stop in your tracks and you're behind. And then you start to doubt yourself. And then you start to beat yourself up because you didn't do it. Where if you would just look at your list of things to do, budget time for yourself, and then go one step at a time, one small thing on my to-do list, cross that off, you'll actually gain the momentum to finish the list, to achieve the dream, to hit the goal, to run the race, whatever it is you want to do by doing one small thing. You don't get to the finish line at the starting point.
I love that. I love that. I like to just sometimes either the night before or the week before, like on Sunday or in the morning, make a list of things and then stick to the list. That's a hard thing because I can get a little ADD all over the place. So make a list, do small things towards your dreams and don't get overwhelmed, right?
Overwhelm is a big deal for everybody, right? Because we live
Yeah.
in a world where there's constantly something going on. There's access 24/7 to us. I make sure myself, I book time off in my calendar. I book a full day where I do nothing but what I want to do, whether that's taking rest or going and doing something fun. But that's my day to refuel. I'm a high energy person. High energy people can tap out if they just keep going. So I have to make sure I'm recharging those batteries. And overwhelm can come in when you feel like you're just too much going on at once, by making sure that you are budgeting your time accurately and making those lists and marking those calendars and only giving people access to you as you see fit. Do not be available 24/7. It is not healthy for anyone.
I love that. I hope you guys are taking great notes. I want to know, okay, so we have to be in balance to be unstoppable, and we have to not let our perception of ourselves hold us back, thinking about how we can serve others and who needs to hear what we have to say. Be another way to be unstoppable. What other advice do you have for my audience about how can we be unstoppable in these crazy, uncertain times?
I think the best advice I can give you is stay off the negativity. Anything that comes your way that's negative, whether it's news or toxic people or just things that aren't aligned with you anymore, if it's not feeding your soul, your heart, and your mind, it's not going to serve you well. And if you get lost in that doom and gloom state, you're not going anywhere. I can tell you that right now.
So if you have negative people that are like your friends or your clients, do you have to like completely break up with them?
Well, I think certain times, yes, you do. There are people and places that I have said, you know what, this doesn't work for me anymore. I can't do that. But there are also times where some people are just not aware of their attitude. And if
Yeah.
you let them have the chance to expand and acknowledge by saying, hey, I just want you to know, I love you and I care about you, but you got to let some of this stuff go. And if you need some help, I'm glad to do it for you. But if you keep going in this downward spiral that you're in, not only is it bad for you, but it's bad for everybody who's around you. And that's not lifting any of us up. So give people the opportunity to be better. If there's somebody who is terrible for you and you know it and they're not going away and they're not going to change, you got to set some boundaries and say no to them and yes to yourself.
I couldn't agree with you more because as a leader, it's not always what you say yes to, but it's what you say no to that can help you progress. Like if somebody's asking you to do something, think about it. Is this going to progress me towards my greater goals and vision? Or is this just a shiny object? Or is this like me just having to placate people? So stay away from the negative people in the news too, right? If it's
Yeah, you know, those people
negative.
pleasing things that we get involved in really do derail us and they keep us off our track because we're making time for their things and we're not making time for our things or ourselves. And when we
Yeah,
do that, we get involved in a stopping point because then we just don't have enough time to take care of anything that's meant for us. And our journeys tend to get lost, and that's not really fair. So make sure, yes, that you stay away from shiny object syndrome. I've had that problem
you
many, many times
too.
in my
Many
life,
times.
for sure.
Oh, there's a squirrel.
I'm like, oh, it's pretty. I like it. Sparkles. Ooh. So yes, I'm with you on that. It is a problem. And I really try not to pay attention to anything, even in my feed. If I have things coming across it, I don't sign on for negativity. So I want it out of my life in all aspects. And if I'm consuming myself with it, whether it's television or, through your Google feed or your social media, I want things that are going to uplift me, inspire me, help me to grow, give me courage. Those are the people and the things I want in my life. The ones that are just going to argue all the time, they like to argue. They can have that. That's not for me.
Me too. I am so with you on that. I feel like the real top leaders in the country, the top executives and bosses out there, I know you know this, you say no to a lot of things and you have a right way to say no to the things, right? Like if you have to, you can say I'm gonna
Yeah.
sit and be like,
thank you for this. It doesn't really fit in my schedule. Let me know how it goes or something like that. Do you
I
do
think
that?
manners are important. I am a big believer in manners and kindness. You don't have to be rude to people to tell
Yeah.
them that you're not interested. You can just say, you know what, that's not right for me. I really, wish you luck on your adventure. However, I'm not the right fit, or it doesn't work into my schedule, or it's not in alignment with me. You can just be kind. Now, if somebody's persistent and they are just like hammering you down, that's when you can turn up the volume on that and be like, look, I said no. And if you're not going to listen to me, then we're not in alignment anyway.
Right. I love it. Any further words of wisdom you want to leave our audience with about how we can be unstoppable, unbreakable, unshapeable, unflappable in these uncertain times?
We all have this wonderful thing called an imagination. And I think we get stuck in the fact that we think it's a dream and it's not possible. Your imagination is telling you something, it's showing you all the possibilities for you. So open it up and tap into it and start chipping away at those dreams and actually making them happen. You can do it if you take action on it. So bring your imagination to life and watch your life just take off.
I love it. Claudia Wyatt, these are wonderful words of wisdom. And where can people find you? I know we are friends on LinkedIn in some groups and stuff like that.
Yes, definitely. I'm on LinkedIn under Claudia Wyatt. I'm on Instagram under the Claudia Wyatt, and my website is claudiawyatt.com. So check me out.
Well, thank you so much for being a wonderful guest on WholeCEO with Lisa G.
Thank you for having me, Lisa. You're amazing.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming to Whole CEO with Lisa G. After over 20 years helping people lose weight and get fit, I'm so excited to announce that I found the missing link with my coaching. Message me if you want to learn how to look better, feel better, and go faster with a master. Lisa G at lisagfit.com.